description. Okay, before we connect Google Sheets in Python, first we have to go to this website, console.cloud.google.com, and here we have to create a new project. So you need a Google account to start a new project in this Google Cloud platform. So here we create a new project and then we enable Google Drive and Google Sheets and we download our credentials. So with these credentials, we will be able to connect Python and Google Sheets. All right, first we go to this website, as I said before. So I go again to this website, and here we have to select this option that says select a project. So we click on select a project, and after we do that, we have to create a new project. So I already have a project created, but I'm going to create a new one from scratch. So you can see all the steps that are involved. So here I click on new project, and after I click on new project, I'm going to wait a couple of seconds, and here we have to write the name of this project. So in this case, I'm going to name it Python-tutorial. You can name it as you want, and once you have the name for your project, all right, first we go to this website, as I said before. So I go again to this website, and here we have to select this option that says select a project. So we click on select a project, and after we do that, we have to create a new project. So I already have a project created, but I'm going to create a new one from scratch. So you can see all the steps that are involved. So here I click on new project, and after I click on new project, I'm going to wait a couple of seconds, and here we have to write the name of this project. So in this case, I'm going to name it Python-tutorial. You can name it as you want. And once you have the name for your project, you have to click on create. In this case, I'm not going to choose any organization. I'm going to leave it as is. So I click on create. You can name it as you want. And once you have the name for your project, you have to click. And I already have a project created, but I'm going to create a new one from scratch. So you can see all the steps that are involved. So here I click on new project, and after I click on new project, I'm going to wait a couple of seconds, and here we have to write the name of this project. So in this case, I'm going to name it Python-tutorial. You can name it as you want. And once you have the name for your project, you have to click on create. In this case, I'm not going to choose any organization. I'm going to leave it as is. So I click on create, and now we wait some seconds until this project is created. Okay, once this project is created, we have to go to the option that says select project. So we click on it, and now we wait a couple of seconds, and now we have to enable Google Drive. So to do that, we have to go to the left panel. So I click, we wait a couple of seconds, and now we have to enable Google Drive. So to do that, we have to go to the left panel. So I click on it, and now we, okay, once this project is created, we have to go to the option that says select project. So we click on it, and now we wait a couple of seconds, and now we have to enable Google Drive. So to do that, we have to go to the left panel. So I click on this option, and then we go to APIs and services, and go to the option that says library. So we click on library, and then we wait some seconds, and here we have to search Google Drive API. So here I'm going to write Google Drive API, and then I press enter. And after this, we have to click on the option that says Google Drive API. So I click on Google Drive API, and well, now we have to enable this API. So I click on the blue button that says enable, and after this, we have to wait some seconds until Google Drive API is enabled. Alright, once Google Drive API is enabled, we have to click on the blue button that says create credentials. So we click on it, and then we have to follow these steps. So first, we have to select the option that says Google Drive API. So here it's already selected in this drop-down. So it's Google Drive API. And after this, we have to click on the option that says application data. So we select this option, and then we click on the option that says no, I'm not using them. So it's the second option in this question, and we click on it, and we then click on next. And after we click on next, we have to enter more information. So here is asking for a service account name. So we have to set any name we want. In my case, I'm going to set my first name and last name. So I write Frank Andrade, and well, after I write my name, the ID is going to be automatically generated. So as you can see, here is my name, and I have here the ID. Great, now we're good to go, and we can click on the button that says create and continue. So we click on it, and then we're going to have some other options, and here we have to select a role. So we click on the drop down, and we're going to select the following role. So I click here, and we search the option that says project. So I scroll all the way down and look for project. So it's right here, and then we have to select the option that says editor. So this is the option that we're going to use, project and then editor. So we click on it. So now I click on continue, and after this there is one more step, but this step is optional, so we can skip this step. I'm not gonna do this step. So this step is on continue, and after this there is one more step, but this step is optional, so we can skip this step. I'm not gonna do this step, so I click on done, and with this we finish all these steps. And that's it. now we have to download our credentials. And to do that, we have to go to the left panel. So I click on this button and then we go to APIs and services and select the option that says credentials. So I click on credentials and then, well, I'm going to wait some seconds. And after this, we have to go to the option that says service account. So it's the last one. And here we're going to see our client email. This is the email that we're going to use.
Kehilangan kesabaran karena website lemot. Saatnya beralih ke WordPress hosting dengan performa stabil dari
use from now on. So every time we want to work with Python and Google Sheets, we're going to use this email. And this email is going to be downloaded in a JSON file. So we can get access to this anytime we want. So now let's go ahead and click on it so we can download this client email with our credentials. Okay, after we click on our client email, we should see now this. And we have to go to the keys tab. So go to the keys tab and then we have to click on the option that says add key. So we click on this option and then we have to select the option that says create new key. So it's the first one. So we click on it and then we'll get a pop-up. So I'm gonna click on this option and here we have to select JSON. So this is the JSON file that we're going to download with our credentials. So we click on create and now a JSON file is gonna be downloaded. So this JSON file has our client email and other things that we need to connect Python with Google Sheets. Okay, now I'm gonna rename this file and then what we have to do is to put this file in the same folder where our Python script is located, so we can successfully connect Python and Google Sheets later. Alright, finally we have to enable Google Sheets API. So we go to this left panel and then we go to APIs and services and click on library. And here we have to search Google Sheets API. So I write Google Sheets and then I press enter and select the first option. So I select this one and then we have to enable this API. So I click on this button that says enable and we wait some seconds and that's it. Now Google Sheets API is enabled. So now we can go to our text editor to connect Python and Google Sheets. Okay, so far we enabled Google Drive API and Google Sheets API and downloaded our credentials. And now we have to use these credentials to connect Python to Google Sheets. So make sure that the JSON file we downloaded before is in the same folder where your Python script is located. So here I have my JSON file with my credentials on the left. So I have it here. I renamed this file to gs_credentials. I'm gonna double click on it. So this is the file and well, here we have the information about our credentials and we need this to connect Python and Google Sheets. And with this, we'll be able to do any type of action we want in Google Sheets through Python. So now I'm gonna close this one. All right, let's start by creating a spreadsheet using Python. And to do that, first we have to install two libraries. So we open the terminal and we write the following: pip install, and the first library is gspread. So we write gspread, I press enter, and then we install this library. And the second one is called auth to client. So I write pip install, and now I paste this because I don't remember the name, and well, it's auth to client, and I press enter, and with this everything is done. So we have these two libraries, and now I close the terminal and we can import these two libraries. So the first one is gspread and the second one is this from auth to client, and then we use that service account, and now we import import something in particular. So we're gonna import service account credentials. So this, and with this, we'll be able to give access to ourselves to Google Sheets. So I'm gonna copy this because I'm gonna use this one, and sorry, I copy this, and well, I'm gonna use these service account credentials, and I'm gonna write from underscore JSON underscore key file underscore name. And with this, we're gonna read the JSON file that we downloaded before. So this is the JSON file with our credentials. Now I open quotes and I have to write the name of my JSON file, which is gs underscore credentials.json. Okay, this is almost done, but now we have to add a scope to this method. So we have to indicate which links we're going to have access to. So to do that, first, I'm gonna write here a variable named scope. So I write scope equal to, and then I'm gonna open a list. And here we have to list all the links we're going to have access to. So in this case, I'm just gonna paste this, and these are the links. So we have 2 links, and we're gonna have access to the spreadsheets tab and also to the drive. So these are the links that I need for this particular tutorial. But if in the future you need access to more links, you only need to add them here. So you only add any link in this list. And well, now we have the scope, and I'm gonna add it here as an argument of this method. So here is in this method. So I have it here, and with this, everything is ready. So now I'm gonna give a name to this expression, and I'm gonna set it equal to credentials. So this is my credentials variable. And now we can use these credentials to give us access to ourselves to Google Sheets. And to do that, we have to write gspread.authorize, and inside parentheses, we write credentials. So we're using the gspread library to give us authorization using our credentials. And I'm gonna set this equal to client. So this is very important. Now, everything we're going to do from now on is gonna be with our client email. And this client email is what we created before. So when we enable Google Sheets API and Google Drive API, we created a new project, and we also created a client email when we created this project. So this client email is here in our credentials right here. So we have here a key which is named client underscore email, and here we see our client email. So we're gonna use this client email when we work with Python and Google Sheets. So from now on, we're working with this client email. So every spreadsheet or every action we do, we're doing this with our client email. So that's very important. So now I'm gonna use this client email, and I'm gonna create my first spreadsheet. So I write client.create, and inside these parentheses, I can name this spreadsheet. So I only have to open quotes, and I'm gonna name this as first sheet. So this is gonna be my first sheet, and that's it. That's everything I have to do. So now I can run this to see the results. So now I'm gonna run this. So now we got the message that everything was successful. And now if I go here to the left, we're gonna see that we still don't have this first sheet file that we created. And this happens because we created this first sheet in our client email. And here we have my personal email. So this is my personal Google Drive. So what we have to do is to share this first sheet to our personal email. So you usually want to see this file in your personal email or your personal Google Drive. So we have to share it. So to do that, first I'm gonna set a name to this. I'm gonna name it sheet, and then sheet.share, and then open parentheses. So here I pasted my personal email, and with this I'm sharing my sheet with this personal email. So I'm gonna have access to this first sheet. So now I'm gonna add 2 parameters. The first one is perm underscore type, and here I'm gonna set this equal to user. And the second one is role. So in this one, I'm going to set it equal to writer. So with this, our personal email is going to have access to edit this file and also to read this file. So that's great. Now, if I run this, we're gonna share this file. So I run this and well, we're gonna get an email, and I'm not gonna open that email. I'm just going to my Google Drive because here we got a message of success. So now I go to my Google Drive, and here we see that in the share with me section, there is a new file, and this file is first sheet. So this is the file that we created, and we can see this icon that indicates that this was shared, and this was shared by my client email, which is right here. So now we have to open this, and we see that this is the file that we just created some seconds ago. So it was created by my client email, and now I have access to this file because we share it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to add data to this empty sheet. So what we have to do first is go here, and we have to open this sheet. And to do that, I'm going to comment first this out. So I comment this out and comment this out because we're not going to create a sheet anymore, but we're going to open a sheet. So to do that, I'm going to write client.open, and here I write the name of the sheet, which is first sheet. So here I write this, and after this I have to select the first sheet. So I write sheet 1, and well, with this we have our sheet. So we open this sheet, and what we have to do is to upload data or save data to this sheet. And here I have a CSV file with some data. So I'm going to upload the data inside this CSV file to this sheet. So to do that, first I need to read this CSV file. And well, we can do this with pandas. So I import pandas as PD, and we read this file. So here I can use PD that read underscore CSV. And then, well, I write the name of this file, which is football underscore news.csv. And well, this file has to be in the same folder where our script is located. And well, I'm going to name this as df. So this is my data frame, and now I'm going to upload this data frame to our sheet. So to do that, we have to use the update method. So I write sheet.update, and then we have to use a particular syntax. So first we have to specify the names of the columns, so this, and then we have to specify the data, so the rest. And to get the name of the columns, first we have to write this df.columns and then .values. So with this we get the name of the columns. And well, I want to get this inside a list, so I write to underscore list, and then we open parentheses. So with this, we get the names of the columns, and then we turn this into a list. That's the first part. And then the second part is the data. So to get the data, we write df.values, and then I want to convert this into a list. So I write to list and with parentheses. So again, here we have the data, and then we turn this into a list. And well, now I'm going to put this inside these parentheses. And here comes the special syntax that we have to use. First, I have to open these square brackets and then put the column names. And then we have to write plus, and then we have to put the data. So this is the special syntax I was talking about. So you have to put first the column names inside a list, and then we have to add this plus sign and write the data. And with this, everything's ready. So we can run this, and then we're going to save this data inside our sheet. So I'm going to run this. I run, and now let's wait some seconds. And well, I got here an error because I didn't write columns correctly. So I'm going to add the n. And with this, everything should be fine. So now I run again. And well, here I didn't write to underscore list correctly. So I'm going to delete this. And well, now I run again. And now hopefully everything's going to be fine now. And yeah, everything was fine. I just made some typos. So now I go here to the left, and we see that our first sheet has all this data. So all the data that was here in our CSV file is now here in our sheet. And that's it. In this video, we'll learn how to upload data to Google Sheets using Python. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. That's this, and well, now I run again, and now hopefully everything's gonna be fine now. And yeah, everything was fine, and with this everything should be fine. So now I run again, and well, here I didn't write two underscore lists correctly, so I'm gonna delete this. And well, now I run again, and now hopefully everything's gonna be fine now. And yeah, everything was fine. I just made some typos. So now I go here to the left and we see that our first sheet has all this data. So all the data that was here in our CSV file is now here in our sheet. And that's it. In this video, we'll learn how to upload data to Google Sheets using Python. Hey, thanks.